Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is. We got the one, the only, the ever so talented. We got Jayzon right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
What's going on, my player?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. I hope everything's all well with you on your end, man.
Yes, everything's all good. Just out here in LA chilling.
Hey, man, you can't go wrong with LA, man. You can never go wrong with California for sure.
That's what's up.
So I gotta ask you, man, like taking you way back to the beginning, like what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
Well, actually, I've been wanting to do music all my life. I made my first rap when I was probably like 11 years old. So I've been interested in the music business.
So when you actually did your very first rap when you were 11, did you ever actually like take it off the paper and put it into a song, or was it just something you just?
Oh, no. It was just something I used to go around the neighborhood telling everybody. Everybody loved it, so they would get me to sing it over and over again.
Hey, and also in 2001, yourself and McKinley Ave actually formed the rap group and production team, the Neckbones. I have to ask you, can you tell us a bit more about that? And of course, how did yourself and McKinley actually get together?
Well, actually, me and McKinley been friends since a kid. We were kid friends. So we've been knowing each other since about 11, 12 years old. We went to high school together and just kept it going from there. That's when we really got into music after high school.
And that's actually really cool. You guys actually really did some phenomenal work together, man. I remember listening to you guys back in the day, and you guys have phenomenal chemistry on the microphone.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey man, you were most certainly welcome. I never knew you guys actually like kind of grew up together. I just thought you guys just formed a team. So when I used to listen to you guys, I was like, damn man, like these guys' chemistry is phenomenal. But it all makes sense now, just hearing that you guys actually grew up together.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. We grew up together for a long time. His mom called me her son. My mom called him her son. So, it's been like that for years, man. Appreciate it. You don't have too many friends you grew up with and still working with and still doing music and stuff with.
And also, the Neckbones have produced numerous songs for motion pictures, such as My Baby's Daddy, New York Minute, and Biker Boys. I have to ask you, how does it feel knowing that your songs are a part of some of these phenomenal movies?
Oh, man, I love it. I just love that I could have been a part of it. It means so much to me just being a part of it, to actually see my music somewhere.
Like, since your music is part of the movie soundtracks, did you guys ever have the opportunity to go to the set and actually kind of like be behind the scenes of these movies?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We were at some of the movies and some of them we wasn't. Actually, I'm actually an actor myself. I'm in a couple of movies as well. I just put out a movie called Compton Finest. It's out now. It came out in March, and that's one I helped produce as well as got the single on the soundtrack as well. That is the single on the soundtrack that's coming out.
Were you guys actually on the set of Biker Boys? And if so, like, what was it like actually watching that movie be made from behind the scenes?
Oh, it was great. It was beautiful. I love to see all the actors come together and really make something happen. Like everybody had that great feeling and that good vibe. So it was nothing but love on the set. I really appreciated it.
And also, the Neckbones' song "Box for a Minute" is actually featured in the movie Austin Powers Goldmember. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that song? And of course, like, how does it feel to actually have that song in one of the most like famous comedies probably to date?
Oh man, it was hilarious at the same time because the section that he put it in is a very funny section, but it worked out perfect for the scene that he used it for. So it came along great, man. Like I said, I appreciate being a part of something that was so great that really got real big in life. Like Austin Power Goldmember went real big worldwide. And man, it was a thrill just to be a part of that as well.
And I gotta say personally, I actually haven't watched that movie in probably close to a decade. So now that we're doing this interview, probably when I get done, I need to go back and find that, man, because you can never go wrong with Mike Myers, man. The guy just cracks you right up.
Man, exactly. And then all the other comedians that was on the set, they keep you laughing as well.
And also last year as well, you actually dropped a single and video for Bestie, which actually was why you're here promoting and whatnot. But I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that amazing single? And of course, where can our listeners buy or stream themselves a copy of that?
Oh yeah, you can find a copy on every major streaming platforms: iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. Add it to your playlists. Add it to your personal list. Man, you'll love the song. You'll love it.
And also, like going back to like early 2000s here quickly, back to your solo side of things. In 2002, you did production work on female hip hop artist Eve's album Evolution. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with Eve? And of course, what was it like working with her?
Oh, it was beautiful. Eve is like a sister to me. You know, actually, I know her brother real good. And me and her brother clicked up, and he introduced me to Eve. And the first track we played her, she picked, and she named the song after us. The song is actually called "The Neck Bone." That's on the Evolution album.
And is that the only opportunity you actually had to work with Eve, or did you work with her in other times in the future?
Oh yes, because of Eve, you know, she introduced us to Beanie Siegel and the rest of the gang that we ended up working with further on in life. So she was like a blessing as well.
And I have to say, she is such a phenomenal artist, man. Most definitely one of my favorite female hip hop MCs for sure.
Oh, by far, by far.
And also, I gotta give a shout out to John Betancourt as well for actually getting us connected. But I have to ask you, how did you get connected with him? And like, of course, because I believe he's formerly of RCA Records.
Yes, yes. Well, actually, how I met John Beck was through a friend of mine, Skilo. Skilo introduced me to him, and it's been on ever since.
Hey, you can't go wrong with Skilo, man. Skilo is another great guy. I think that's the anthem for every '90s kid's like life, man. I wish.
Correct, correct. And that song never gets old.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's 2020 and I still play that thing it's like FM radio repeat. You know what I mean? Like I think I wore out like 4 copies of that CD by now. It's ridiculous.
That's what's up. That's right. Man, I love those graphic songs that just everlasting. You can play them 10, 20 years down the line, and it still sound great.
Hey man, most definitely. You already know Skilo. He's still eating off that song too. So cheers to Skilo, man. He's a genius.
Oh yeah, that's a good friend of mine as well. You know, we've been partnering up together on his music stuff.
And I also saw a post on your Instagram about it was a Netflix video and it actually said caged animal. If you don't mind me asking, if you took part in that film, how did that film role come to be for you?
Oh, the movie Caged Animal with Vin Rain and Nipsey Hussle. Yes, I was in that movie as well, and I was introduced to that movie by the director. The director is Ryan Combs, and he's a good friend of mine as well. So he put me in there. He had a little spot for me. I appreciate it, you know, and the movie went great.
And I have to ask you, what was it like actually working alongside Nipsey Hussle? Because unfortunately, man, the world lost such a talented individual right in his prime, man. I think if he didn't pass away, he would have blew up and would have went worldwide.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. This was his real first studio album, so he was really on his way, you know, and he did super numbers. So, and much love to my boy Nipsey. He was a good friend of mine as well.
Like on the set of Caged Animal, did you have the opportunity to actually chop it up with him and whatnot, or was it kind of just like a quick like in and out type deal?
Oh, no. We chilled together and all types of stuff. I used to go up to his shop. So, yeah, we were good friends. It was all about the music and business stuff. It was all about music and business. So he's a real good person.
And when we're still on your movie side of things, going back to the Compton's Finest flick, I have to ask you, like, what was it like actually being like just a producer actually on that movie? Like, was it difficult transitioning from acting to producing?
Yes, yes. Well, actually, I produced in it, and I got a small role in it too, as well as acting. So it was a blessing. You know, it's written by one of my partners, one of my good friends. And when he came to me with the project, once I read it, I just knew it was going to be a hit. So I was all in.
And one thing I have to ask you, where can our listeners actually check that movie out if they haven't done it already? Because unfortunately, with COVID-19 going on, our choice, it's
Yes.
really slim to actually find movies nowadays with all the stores closed.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. The movie is out now. It's on Amazon Prime, YouTube movies, and things like that. You can find it on Roku. It's out there. You just gotta look. A lot of people don't know the name of it or know to look for it, but it's called Compton's Finest.
And I have to ask you, Jayzon, is there anything I happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you still want to promote? We still have you here live on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM.
Oh yes, yes. Well, besides the music, I'm also doing a Harold's Chicken Shack in Vegas, in Las Vegas. It's gonna be the first one in Vegas. So if you're out in Vegas, you're around, come check out my chicken shack.
And I have to ask you, pertaining to that chicken shack, do you ever think you might go international with it and bring it to like other countries like Canada or the United Kingdom, or do you just want to keep it in Vegas?
Oh no, it's actually Harold's Chicken is a franchise out of Chicago. It's been around for 70 years, and I franchised with them to bring it to Vegas because Vegas didn't have one.
And that's what, and franchising is actually a great way to actually like make money as well, because a chicken shack in Vegas, if you put that, if you put, I wouldn't even say right spot, it's Vegas, so no matter where you put it, you're gonna make some quick bags of cash, man. So I think that's actually a perfect business venture.
Oh yes, oh yes. We haven't. I'm gonna tell you like this. Once people just start hearing about it, they start coming.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I can cross the border and come to Vegas to get me some chicken as well, man, because it sounds phenomenal.
That's right, that's right. We now have 50 different locations now worldwide.
Hey, man, hopefully it hits Canada sometime, because down here we got KFC and we got Popeyes, but if you only have two chicken shacks, it gets pretty dull after a while tasting two different types of chicken. We need a third down
Oh,
here.
that's most definitely. They always want something new, something good, something they can rely on. And Harold's Chicken, you're going to love the mouth off.
But Jayzon, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that comes on the radio station before we wrap things up. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. And of course, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Jayzon if they're not already doing so.
Oh, yes, most definitely. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Jayzon, Facebook, Jayzon1, on, what is that? Twitter, you can find me at Jayzon1. I mean, I'm all over. Just look. You can actually just Google Jayzon, and all my platforms will come up.
And that's the easiest way to do it, everybody. So just type in Jayzon, and then you know what I mean. The opportunities are endless. Just click a link and hit the follow button.
That's it. That's all to it.
And I gotta say, Jayzon, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy evening, man, and coming on the radio station. It was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege. And I gotta say, hopefully down the line we can make this happen again soon.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. DJ Immortal, I appreciate you and everything you do, brother. I'll be listening to your station, and I love what you're doing, bro. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, thank you. Just me being able to reach individuals like yourself way out in Los Angeles from all the way to Prescott, Ontario, Canada, that's a blessing to hear, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Any suggestions, any music, let me know, and I'll make sure I put that in the station's rotation.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. I got an album coming. It'll be here probably in like February. We're looking at February, March area.
Hey, sounds good. I'm pretty sure John will shoot it my way, but whatever John sends me, if he sends it, I'm gonna spin it. So you already know how it goes.
I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jayzon. Have yourself a wonderful night.
Oh, thank you, DJ.